Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Carter. Some of you may recognize my voice from our recordings that you've heard in class so far, and some of you this may be the first time, so hello, welcome. I want to talk to every single one of you about an amazing opportunity that I want to provide for you. I will be leading a group of students next year during spring break, so it'll be mid-March, to Italy. So this is an 11-day tour, and it's going to be fabulous. So I want to take just a couple of minutes of your time to talk to you about the trip, explain what the trip is going to look like, what all is involved in the trip, and then talk to you also about a time in which you and your parents can join me so that you can find out more of the fine print of the trip and of course the overall cost. So let me give you an idea for our travel window. Now I know this is different promoting this trip to you and giving you the opportunity to take this trip. It's a little bit different doing this with you than with my face-to-face students because I've built this around the spring break that we have at Capitol High School. I know that a lot of you guys take an online class because you're going to an online school. Some of you guys take this class because you needed to fulfill the credit. There's all sorts of different reasons. So I know that you guys are going to have a variety of different spring breaks. If you are doing this class as part of an online virtual academy, then I think that you have some flexibility because all of your classes will be online and you can still continue to work on your classes when you're in Italy. I continued to grade your work when I was in England and Scotland. Every night I came home and I just worked on it for a little bit. So that's the great thing about having the flexibility of online work. If you do have a different spring break than what ours is and you're going to miss some school, this is an educational tour. And so I think that we can make the argument to your administration as to why these absences could be excused, or at least some of them could be excused, because you weren't just going on vacation with the family, you were going on vacation with an educational tour. So these are the block dates. Wednesday, March 18th is our potential requested departure date, and we would return approximately Monday, March 30th, or we could possibly return Tuesday as well. It's an 11-day tour, but we have this kind of block estimate time that we want to leave because we will be matched up with another school from somewhere in the United States, which is super exciting. And so we have to kind of coordinate with that other school, that group that wants to take the same tour as us. Also, EF is trying to get us the best prices possible. This is why they're able to give us so much in this trip and keep the cost low for us. So that's kind of our approximate travel window. Please feel free to email me or call me if you have questions about this, or it's something that you want me to write a letter for you to give to your admin so that you can petition them to not have so many unexcused absences if that's something that you're concerned about. So we do group travel. I'm going to move my little image here. We do group travel because it keeps our travel affordable. EF wants to provide as many people as possible the opportunity to travel and see new cultures and experience things firsthand and get to know new people. And so in order for them to do that, they know that the price needs to be fairly low for us. So this is a huge tour and they want to do everything that they can to give you the opportunity to go, but to keep the prices affordable. And so group travel allows that because there's a large group of us. It's kind of a bulk price that we get when we go places. Another awesome thing about group travel is that we'll be traveling with one other school, maybe two other schools. It just depends on the size of this group. And so that means that you get to meet new friends. This last trip that I went on to England and Scotland, all of my students made friends with the other group. The other group was from Ohio. They all exchanged numbers, Snapchat accounts, and they've still been in contact with them ever since the trip. And it was just really great to get to meet some new people. That's part of the reason why our tour and departure flexibility needs to be in place so that we can be matched up with those other groups. And again, that's what keeps the costs low. So group travel is really, really fun. So let me show you what we're going to do on our trip. So We are going to fly overnight to Italy. We'll arrive in Milan, and then we'll cruise down to Venice. We will meet with our tour director. So we will have a full-time tour director. This tour director will be from Italy. The tour director will speak fluent English, Italian. Usually the tour directors speak multiple languages. They're quite incredible. All the tour directors I've ever been encountered with have just been phenomenal people, really, really fun, and experts in where we are, the country where we are. So we'll get to spend some time in Venice. We'll get to see the beautiful canals of Venice, the beautiful waterways. I just always fall in love with the beautiful old cobblestone streets and beautiful buildings and all the flowers and stuff, just the ambiance that these old cities have to offer us. In Venice, they're known for their glass blowing, so we'll get to see a glass blowing demonstration, which I'm really looking forward to. And then we'll have expert local guides. So this trip, we have 6 local guides that will take us on tours. And these tours aren't just walk around, point at something, talk about it. These local tour guides are really, really wonderful people. They're excellent with students. They're excellent speakers. They're experts in the area. They've grown up in the area. They're really charismatic, and it's super fun to get to know kind of background stories of things that you wouldn't know if you just traveled to these places on your own. So we get 6 different guided tours with local tour guides on this trip, which is pretty awesome. So one of them will take place in Venice, and we'll get to see some amazing sights in Venice. Then we're going to be traveling down to Florence. As you can see, again, you'll see that we have another guided tour of Florence, so we're going to see some pretty amazing sights. In Florence, we get a day where we get to adventure on your own. So that's one of the things that I absolutely love about EF, is I think it's the perfect combination of experts and tour guides that get to take us around and give us amazing information that we had no idea about when we go through some of these old cities. And then they'll say, okay, so now you've got 4 hours, go grab some lunch at some amazing little tiny place and get the best Italian food you've ever had, explore some shops, explore some museums, just wander around and explore the streets, and we get some free time. So it's a perfect combination of structure and free time as well. Then we will be traveling on to Rome after Florence. And so we'll go through Assisi as well. We'll see some sights. We'll go into, we'll have a local tour guide there. And then we'll go into Rome. So Rome is where we will see everything that is Italian to you. The Colosseum. We'll go to St. Peter's Basilica. We'll go to Vatican City. We'll have a guided tour of Vatican City. I've been to a lot of these places before in Rome, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to go and have a guided tour to hear more about these things. Because when I just went after college. I saw the Colosseum. Oh, wow, that's great. But on this trip, we'll get to hear more about the Colosseum. And I know some of you guys know a lot of that history already, but now we'll get to hear things that you can't get from just history books. We'll get to hear some of the local stories about these areas, and that's what's really exciting. Day 8 is also going to be in Rome, and I'm not exactly sure if that's kind of a travel day as well. I'll know more about exactly what happens on day 8 when we get closer to the tour itself, but eventually we're making our way down to Pompeii. So this was going to be, originally it could be a 9-day tour, and I wanted to take the 2 extra days to go to Pompeii and to Capri. Because if you're going to go to Italy, yes, you're going to see the amazing sites that we're signed up to see, but you also, going to Pompeii, seeing the ruins there, that's something that not everyone can say that they've done. And then we get a whole nother experience with looking at the coastline of Capri, which is just fabulous. So we'll have a day in Pompeii. We have a local tour guide there. We go to Capri. We get to take a boat tour along the coastline of Capri. It's going to be so amazing. And then we travel on back to Rome, and we fly out of Rome and depart for home. So this trip is going to be amazing. Like I said in my email to you, I went to Scotland and England this year, and it was the best trip that I've ever taken. Again, it was a perfect combination of structured time and free time. We met amazing people. We saw some amazing sights. The tour guides were awesome. The experience was just overall absolutely fantastic. So this is going to be even better because we get more time and it's all in Italy. So let me tell you just a little bit about EF as a travel partner, just so that you can, when you're introducing this potential trip to your parents, you can tell them a little bit about it. So EF has over 50 years of experience. They're very experienced. They get the best deals that they can for us. They get the best tour guides. This is how this is deemed an educational tour, because we do have so many local tour guides that are giving us the ins and outs of all of these areas. There's 500 EF schools and offices in 53 countries. There's an office right there in Italy, so your parents can feel comfortable that EF isn't just this random little company located in the United States. There's actual offices located all throughout the globe. And they do guarantee us the lowest price. So if we find the equivalent trip somewhere else and it's a lower price, they will give us that lower price. But you won't find anything like what EF has to offer for a lower price anywhere I've looked. Trying to do this on your own, it would cost you over $1,000 more to have a tour. Oh, I forgot to mention before, the way we travel from place to place is going to be with a coach, a bus. And these aren't like school buses. They're really nice, comfortable travel coaches as well. And our tour guide is with us 24/7. So he or she will be traveling with us, telling us stuff, keeping us entertained, and letting us know all the ins and outs of the local places that we go to. This is something that I think you guys will really like. Sorry, I have to keep moving my little picture around. So you can earn high school credits for this, which is something that you may like. You can do this with a personal project. I can give you more information about this if this is something that you're interested in. You can also get 3 college credits from this trip as well. And again, I can give you more information on that. And another fabulous thing is that you can use this experience on your college applications. What colleges are looking for now are interesting things that have happened to people that have changed them. This will change you for the better. I promise you, you will have something amazing to talk about and how this stretched you as a person, it challenged you, and it inspired you. This trip will give you something wonderful to talk about in your college application. So what's included in this? Round-trip airfare, hotel rooms. You'll be sharing rooms with a few other students. You have private bathrooms. You get a tour director 24/7, on-tour transportation. Again, those tour buses with amazing drivers. It's an educational itinerary, so no, we don't have textbooks. No, we're not taking notes or anything like that. But it's the experience itself and being there with the tour guides. That's the educational portion of it. Guided tours, all the activities, all the costs that it takes to go into the Coliseum and different things that we're going to, that's all covered. Breakfast every day, so you get a European breakfast and a dinner every day. Lunch is on your own. You have a tour donation page, so families can donate to your tour and help you pay for it. There's a educational platform, so if you want to get the credits, there's a college essay toolkit to help you create an amazing essay for this. You get a backpack, global travel protection plan. I'll talk about this at the meeting next week. A few things that aren't covered, you have to get a passport for this. Lunches and snacks are on your own, so you get to explore and have your own lunch somewhere. Spending money, and then tipping. We do tip our tour guide, our local tour guides, our bus driver as well. And I'll talk about that more at the meeting, which is going to be next week. So hopefully you are super excited about this trip. I'm super excited to have you guys possibly go with me. So now we need to get your parents on board, right? We need to figure out how to pay for this amazing trip and this amazing experience. So please join me next week, Tuesday, April 16th at 7 p.m. In your email, I gave you a link to a Blackboard Collaborate. And so this will take you into my online classroom in which I can go over all the details of this trip and talk about how much it costs as well. So I'll go over the total cost there. There are just a few spots left, so I do really want to encourage you to seriously consider this and to do it quickly. The other thing, too, I want to mention, the airlines told EF that they're going to increase the price on May 1st, so we need to get you signed up in the next couple of weeks. So I really hope that you will join me on Tuesday, April 16th at 7. Invite your parents, and if you can't make it, let me know right away, and I will create a recording for you like this one that will give all the details of the cost and details of the trip so you and your parents can talk about it. But I'm really excited to offer you this opportunity, and I hope that you consider it. And please let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks a lot, guys.